I hope you never see the beast. The beast.
What is going on, guys? We are talking M. Night Shyamalan Ding Dong's Split. So this is a spoiler edition where we're going to be covering a lot of this film. Now, this film's been in the theaters for a while, and it's been making bank. I mean, it's Shyamalan Ding Dong, or M. Night Shyamalan, is kind of back into the spotlight. Everybody's been raving about this film, so I figured, okay, I'll give him another chance, even though he's had chance after chance after chance, and after he demolished Avatar. Remember Avatar? We all remember Avatar. Basically, Split is starring James McAvoy, and it is directed by M. Night Shyamalan. And this film, spoiler alert, like I said, spoils. This film, in my opinion, was great. I mean, I really actually enjoyed this film. Now, there's some films I do enjoy from M. Night Shyamalan. I mean, I did like The Sixth Sense. I don't know if going back to it, I don't know, since you know the twist, if it's a great film still, but that's the film that really brought his stardom to another level, and really everybody was saying, oh, this guy might be the next Steven Spielberg. And then he made another film that I actually really enjoyed too, was Signs. I like Signs, and actually what's crazy is I recently watched Unbreakable before I watched this film, which they actually tie in.
What a twist!
Right off the bat, James McAvoy does a great job handling a lot of trying to come up with different personalities, or handling a lot of different personalities and making it his own. I really felt like he was a different character in some of them. Like Dennis, when he transforms to Dennis, I really felt like, okay, he's a different person. He really felt like somebody different. When he transforms to, I believe his name's Barry. Barry was slightly a little bit different, but some of the, him going as a little kid, as a Milgrick or whatever his name is, and for the mistress or the lady, like it was a little bit. I felt like he was more in tune with the Beast. I did enjoy somewhat of his kid persona. Here's the thing: when he whipped out that kid's persona, and Milrick or whatever his name is, he I didn't understand if this kid's supposed to be 10 or is he supposed to be like 14, because he's doing like 10-year-old stuff with this kid, like, he has that mannerism, or he's talking like, I hate hot dog and this, that, and then he goes from, I listen to Kanye West. Like, it seemed like when he did his kid persona, he didn't know if he was like 15 or 10. It just seemed like he didn't stick to one age when he went to that persona. And I get it's like a split personality, and I get like maybe he doesn't even know, like maybe it's just a mix of a lot of different age groups from being a kid. But if you have a split personality, you specifically have that one kind of level, that one age, so to speak. The direction in this film, I felt like the direction was pretty good. It was pretty good in a lot of moments, especially when James McAvoy was doing a lot of his split personalities, and the camera had to kind of like convey a lot of like him changing, especially towards the end of this film, where he's having three personalities go at the same time. But there was some direction where there was close-ups, and there was quite a bit of close-ups in here, and there was quite a bit of freehand kind of like. There was one part where I believe it was McAvoy going towards the girl. Oh no, it was her friend running towards her the girl, the main girl, and she's just like catches her, it's like, oh, pee your pants. That angle was just weird. It was very, very weird. Now, that's another thing that you could say that was good about this film, was using the rape thing for our main actress, is because she knew these type of situations. She knew that everything the girls were trying to escape and stuff weren't going to work. You had to play at a different angle. Like when she asked the little kid persona of James McAvoy, oh yeah, let me see you dance to Kanye West. And then she's like, oh, where's your window? And he's like, that's my window. Open and close, open and close. Knowing that this character knew already the circumstance she's in, and the situations that she can't, things that you think you can get out of, you can't. You have to think another way to get out of it. But of course, she did all along she was trying to escape, but it just didn't work out that way until the very end. You don't see any of the split personality. You only see like 4 split personalities, and then until you see the very end, then you see the files that chick was looking at in the computer, and you see him just starting to lose it when he was talking to her, like when Dennis was like saying, yeah, what have I done, like, kill me, there's a shotgun here and this and that. But I was kind of hoping like you see all 23 throughout the film, but you don't. You only see 4 mostly, and then you see like the rest of them like towards the very end of the film. But it's like quick. It's not like they all don't have like there's that moment, that spotlight on them. So I was disappointed in that. But the counselor lady, she was fine. Honestly, I think she held her own. I think I was wondering where they were going with that. It was really interesting to see her kind of speak to Kevin or Dennis. Especially that one particular scene when she's speaking to Dennis, and you could just feel the intensity of that one-on-one, and that's what I really enjoyed as well. I was like, that's what was like, I was so entranced for this film because a lot of the situations, a lot of the intense situations, and a lot of McAvoy's doing. McAvoy really carried this film because he had to carry this film, and I think he did a fantastic job in doing so. I did laugh at some parts because it's Shyamalan. Shyamalan thinks he's a Tarantino, where he's able to, his dialogue's genius and his situations and his interactions are genius, which I think he did a great job in this film. But still, he tries to get away with some ridiculous dialogue in here. Yeah, you can't go there, hot dog, I ate a hot dog today. Like, dialogue was just wonky in some parts, and then I think more a lot of the dialogue, there was another part in the film that the dialogue just did not really kind of work, and it came off comical, honestly. I was very shocked that when McAvoy did go in a lot of his personas, especially the one lady persona, that I didn't laugh. Maybe because I seen it in a trailer already and I just kind of already knew what I was getting myself into. But a lot of the personas he goes to, I didn't laugh, which is really good because Shyamalan tends to do things that make me laugh, and I don't think you're supposed to. It's supposed to be unintentional, but it's that writing of his and it's that dialogue. And I still think he doesn't have a grasp on the actors. I think because McAvoy is so good at acting, I think that's why he carried this film. I think Shyamalan's not the reason why that happened. No, I don't think he's the reason why McAvoy flourished so much, because I felt like the girls, even though they were fine, their acting still was subpar. I think even the main chick that we're supposed to root for, Shyamalan likes to do a lot of quiet characters where they're just like, yeah, it's not gonna work. Don't go that door. Like, he tends to do characters like that. I mean, look at all his films. They're always kind of like, they have no over-the-top expressions and this and that. Like, it's kind of tiresome to see. That's just Shyamalan. That's just how he does. Actually, I think that's just Shyamalan himself. The Beast.
You should pray that you never have to see the Beast. This one is called the Beast. And I said, get your hands off my balls, Beast! Main threat why McAvoy captured all these girls, and of course, the reason why he captured all of them, because they haven't suffered. The ones who suffer is the one that evolves. And it's a very on your head message, and that's why the main girl left, and that's why he left her alone. Well, he took a chunk out of her leg a little bit, but he pretty much left her alone at that point because he saw what she'd gone through and saw the suffering, and then he's like, oh, you rejoice. I love the second girl's death. The second girl's death where she's kind of like, let's go, help me. The Beast itself was interesting, how his whole body was actually transforming, and then it transformed kind of back when the different personalities took over. I thought he was going to be a little bit taller, though, and I thought he was going to be just a little bit more freakier because how he explained it to the counselor lady, but that wasn't the case. But the Beast itself was okay. It was fine. Like, it didn't hurt the movie. It didn't overly make the movie greater than that. I mean, if McAvoy didn't even become the Beast and it was just this crazy split personality person doing all this stuff, that would have been fine as well. But the Beast was fine. The Beast was overall was okay.
So at the end, we see the main girl, and she gets rescued, and it was kind of, that was confusing. Like, she was underneath a zoo, I want to say, a zoo, and then the cops go investigate, and they find out that somebody's been living here the whole time. So how the hell did he get the keys? Like, how did they not notice he was not there the whole time? At the end, she's in the cop car, and then her uncle's the one that's been raping her the whole time. So the cop says, your guardian's here, your uncle's here, you want to, go with him? And then she kind of just looks at her, and then she's just like, the cop's just like, the hell? So I'm assuming she doesn't go back to her uncle, because that would be absolutely horrible if she went back to her uncle. She should have shot her uncle, honestly, a long time ago. That was a pretty intense part when she had the shotgun to her uncle, and she didn't shoot him. She was just too afraid. But I think she's not. I would hope that she doesn't go back to her uncle. It's kind of left implied to you, and it's kind of obvious she didn't go back to her, but him. But we'll see if they make a sequel. But overall, that ending was fine, and then we go on to the Unbreakable ending. The news coverage covering the story in this diner, and then the girl's like, "Oh, this happened. There's sounds like the split personality." It's like, because now McAvoy's called the Horde, and the girl's like, "This reminds me of that 15 years ago. You remember that guy in a wheelchair? What was his name? His name was Mr. Glass." And then Bruce Willis is just like, he's there and he's hearing the story. So I wonder if it'd be pretty tight if he went after the Horde, James McAvoy, because in Unbreakable he does become somewhat of a hero, a superhero, so to speak. Sort of. He rescues his one family, but I don't know if he continues to do that, because after Mr. Glass reveals all that shit that went down. So that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool knowing that this McAvoy is in the same universe as Bruce's Unbreakable. It makes sense. It makes sense. I remember them saying that they wanted to do that was like Shyamalan's next project was Unbreakable 2, but then he's like, "Oh no, I'm gonna do the split film," and it's basically Unbreakable 2 if you think about it, just not with Bruce Willis being the leading man. It's like its own thing going on over here. So overall, I really enjoyed this film. I think there was a lot of good that outweighs some of the bad, and there's little minor bads. Honestly, if anything, it's a fantastic film to go watch. If you guys if you want something interesting and new and fresh, it's definitely something that M. Night Shyamalan should smile about, because it is one of his best films, and it's actually a really good film. So Shyamalan, you should be happy about this. But do I trust the man on anything else? No, I don't. Do I think he needs a writer still? Yes, I do. I still think he needs help on some stuff, especially with the dialogue and everything like that. But Shyamalan, you did good on this one, and you're restoring some faith in a lot of us who think that you're a hack. So thank you guys for listening, and I do recommend this, and I hope you guys subscribe to the channel, like the video if you like it, and comment below. Let me hear your guys' thoughts. And like I always say, grab a tick, grab a seat, make sure you got some good popcorn to eat. See you at the cinema. Bye guys.
What a twist!